Hi friends, how are you? It's Miss Drywa. So for science, we're still talking about the Earth's surface, but today we're going to focus on landforms. So today might be a little bit more of a review because we have done landforms in social studies, but that's okay. So we'll do some textbook reading, and then we'll do a Nearpod and do some activities, and then we'll be able to move on to volcanoes and earthquakes the next couple of days. Okay, so again, it's okay if today's a review. It'll be a nice refresher, reminder. It is part of our science curriculum, so we do have to talk about it, but we're not going to spend more than a day on it because I know we already discussed it in social studies. Okay, so let's get started. So, what is the Earth's surface like? Now, yesterday we looked at some of our vocab words. We are going to see them again today, not all of them, but we will see the word landform. But at least we'll have some background knowledge. We'll have an idea of what that means. So, would you ever live in a cave on the side of a tall cliff? Think about that, would you? I don't know if I would. Let's see. Imagine looking out your door and finding that you're high above the ground. Yikes! But early people did build homes in high rocks. Interesting, friends. I don't know if I would want to live in a cave. I think I like where I live now, but they're saying early people did build homes in high rock, so back then that might be the best that they had, and they didn't have an option to live in a house like we had. Let's keep reading. So we have landforms. If you look at a picture of the Earth taken from space, the Earth looks mostly blue. It looks blue because about 3/4 of the Earth is covered by water. Now, we haven't gotten to fractions yet. So basically, friends, that's just saying most of our Earth is covered by water. Okay? And that would be the blue that you see, because typically water is blue, right? When we look at an ocean or a lake or a river, we see blue. So if you look at the Earth from space, most of our Earth will be blue because most of it is covered by water. The oceans are the largest bodies of water. Rivers carry water from the land to the oceans. So we have oceans. When you go to the beach, you put your feet in the water, you're putting your feet in the ocean. Rivers carry water from land to the ocean. So if the water is in the land, just like when we talked about the water cycle and the runoff, if the rain comes down onto the mountains, it will go like into a river, and that river will carry it into the ocean. So eventually the water gets to the ocean. So let's look at this picture they have here. It says here, the surface of the Earth has a great variety of features. Now, we kind of talked about that yesterday. All the different landforms and bodies of water, they're all different. They change. They're not the same. They have similarities. Some things are the same, but for the most part, they look different. They're not exactly the same. And if you look here, even so, we have a mountain and we have a plateau. And the plateau, yes, it is high and it looks similar to a mountain, but a plateau is flat up top where the mountain is curved. You can see it goes all the way up and down. It's not flat, where the plateau is flat up here. And then on the next page, I'm going to read this, but I want to show you a plain. The plain is flat. That's the grass, the open area of the grass. So the plateau is higher than the plain, but it's still flat on top, where the mountain is not flat, it's rounded. So let's keep reading. Move myself over. Okay. On the other 1/4 of the Earth, you might find mountains, plains, and plateaus, such as those in the picture on these 2 pages. So basically, friends, they're saying that most of our Earth is covered by water, but the rest of that, not all of it, the rest of it is covered by landforms, which we're going to talk about now. These different shapes of land are called landforms. So we have over here our glossary, which tells us the definition of a word we might not know. Landform, a shape of the land, such as a mountain, plain, or plateau. So we talked about that. It's just how the land is shaped, the shape of the land. So just like we said, the plateau is flat. Its shape is flat. It's higher than a plain. The plain is down here and it's flat. The plateau is higher than the plain, but it's also flat. And then you have your mountain that's curved. Okay, so different shapes. Mountains are landforms that rise at least 600 meters above the land around them. Plains are flat land, but often have small hills. So you might have hills on your plains. Plateaus are higher than the land around them, but are flat on the surface. So they're flat just like a plain, but they're higher than a plain. And then a mountain is much higher than both, but it's rounded up top or pointy at top. It's not flat like a plateau. Some of the landforms in parts of Arizona and Colorado were used for homes by Native Americans. So Arizona and Colorado are examples of states, friends. Just like we live in the state of New York, we've talked about that in social studies. Arizona and Colorado are other states in our country. And they're saying here the landforms were used for homes by the Native Americans, our early settlers. They built homes like those in the picture into the cliff walls on tall rocks. These landforms provided shade in the summer. They also allowed sunlight in during the winter. Down below the cliffs, Native Americans planted vegetable gardens. Nearby rivers and streams provided water and fish for food. So I'm going to try and zoom in so we can take a look at this picture. Okay, so if you look here, we have the cliff, and underneath or below we have into the rocks in the walls, they actually built homes. They were able to build homes that they could live in, and these homes in the summer provided shade, but in the winter provided sunlight to help keep them warm. And then below, they were able to plant their vegetables, and there was a river nearby, so they were able to use that water for to drink, and then they were able to fish in that stream in the river to have more food. Okay, so friends, landforms are, the shape of a land. There are difference of them. We talked about this in social studies. We spent a little more time in learning about the different landforms. We'll talk about a few of them today in our Nearpod, focusing more on mountain, plateau, and plain. And then these landforms, like I said, they provided shelter for the early Native Americans, so they were able to have a place to live and survive. All right, friends? So, have a great day. Bye.